Hello, I am Yogini Sunita, and this is Meditation, Yoga, and Stuff podcast. I believe my dharma or my life's purpose is to share my understanding of meditation, yoga, and Ayurveda, holistic healing science of India. I make these amazing wisdoms accessible and adaptable for present times. So let's start. Hello and welcome to the podcast. Today's topic is art of living your life with your purpose. And this is also, in other words, art of living your life with your dharma. Now, the concept of dharma, as we know, that it comes from yogic tradition, and in wisdom of yoga, there are a couple of meanings of dharma. One of the meaning is purpose of our life. And that particular meaning is very close to my heart. Now, believe me, it is a challenging process to find purpose of our life. It takes a lot of experimenting and finding out really what is purpose of our life. Some lucky people may get it instantly, but some of us has to go through the process of finding this life's purpose, and this process can be challenging. So, how do we find life's purpose? So, first thing I would suggest is really listen to your heart. Now, this, again, I know that saying this is very simple and easy, but doing it can be a little bit tricky. So, this is where meditation comes in play. So, what happens that meditation helps us to reduce the chatter of the mind, and we start getting clarity about what is it really we want. And that helps us to listen to that inner voice. So exploring that inner voice, I suggest that, tune into what comes up for you in a meditation. And again, we do not hang on to that. We never hang on to what's come up for meditation. But you will also notice that over the period of time, there is more clarity in the mind. And that really helps us to reflect on what is the purpose of our life. It's one tool we can use. Another thing we can try is what are your values? What is you're drawn to? What are your principles, your belief, how you are living your life? What guidelines you have in your psyche that is helping you to lead your life? And what is then this guideline helps you to make decisions. So notice the decisions you make, because in our life we always have choices, but what we choose is all comes from that our belief system, our principles, and then what actions you take on that. It also depends on that belief system. So notice your values. Values will help you what matters most in your life. Now also dharma is very unique. So your dharma may be completely different than mine, and that's okay. So concept of dharma is very powerful. Again, it is very unique. So no one else can tell us that this is your dharma, because we have to come to that conclusion. For me, when I realized that my life's purpose is sharing this wisdom of yoga and Ayurveda with the world. And it was such a beautiful moment that everything settled in my system. I felt grounded. I felt more comfortable within myself. And that was the feeling I had. Now, another way to do this is also exploring your interests. So what are your interests? What make your heart sing? Make you sing? What are your hobbies you choose, the activities you choose, what subjects you like, what books you read. If you see my library, it's mainly yoga books, and meditation books and Ayurveda books. And I'm a voracious reader, And all these books and also Sanskrit books, I will be constantly reading them. And even if I use laptop and things like that, I will be focusing on yoga. And then so mind is constantly, back of my mind is constantly, I want to gain more understanding of wisdom of yoga, and obviously Ayurveda as well. With the Ayurveda, I have very interesting start. Ayurveda, I truly believe that it chose me rather than I chose Ayurveda. Because initially I ran away from Ayurveda. I found it very difficult. Ayurveda is a complicated subject, but Ayurveda is also it's a medical science. It is a holistic medical science. To understand that, I already was learning a lot about wisdom of yoga, and this another big reservoir of information actually scared me. But I slowly and steadily started diving into it one step at a time, and I started realizing that there are so many deep connection between wisdom of yoga and Ayurveda. And as soon as I started combining that and adapting in my life, it made very clear in my mind that my life's purpose is to share these two wisdoms together. And that is my dharma. And when I started doing that, there is a joyous thing. I forget to eat, I forget to do anything. It's just like this wakes me up in the morning, and so what is that thing which sings your heart? What do you feel passionate about? What wakes you up in the morning and think like, okay, this is what I want to do? It could be anything. One of my friend loves surfing, and you will see, no matter what weather he is, even how cold it is, it doesn't matter, he will go for surfing. So what is your passion? What is your drive? It is going to be very unique. So tune into what makes you feel connected with your heart. It could be maybe preparing food, making beautiful, yummy food. I love watching videos of this amazing chocolatier fellow, French fellow. I cannot pronounce his name, but he is going viral on social media at this moment. He is have a million views or more than million views to anything he posts on social media. And my daughter actually introduced me to his one of his creations, and I was fascinated by it. I was hooked onto it, so I really love to watch this amazing man cooking from heart, and he has discovered his dharma. It's such a joyous thing to watch. So something which is unique, which makes your heart sing, that focus on that as well. What are your strengths and what are your skills, and what are you naturally good at? Consider that maybe that is your dharma, that is your purpose, or it will contribute towards your dharma. It could be maybe a writing skill, creative writing. It could be maybe painting. And that's okay too, because you're sharing, joy with the world, with your skills. It could be passion about social issues. It could be running a company where you're helping others through that. So tune into what is really, what are your strengths and skills. Also remember that the dharma is always bigger than our selfish purpose. So it is always about how we can contribute to the world. So tune into that. If we have a purpose where we are helping others, there is tremendous gratitude in that. And we can actually subconsciously, our whole system can really devote to this purpose. Now pay attention towards your intuitions as well, because intuition is something maybe our subconscious directly talking with us. Intuition is something which provides valuable insight into our life's purpose. So, if you start paying attention to your gut feelings and your instinct, you'll start noticing that that will also help you to move towards your purpose. A lot of time, what happens that we learn to suppress our gut feelings, or we start self-doubting. Am I thinking this right, or is it wrong, or what's happening? So all these questions start coming in mind, and the self-doubt can actually numb the gut feeling and our instinct. So this is where again meditation will really help to calm the unnecessary chatter of the mind. I'm not saying that you have to meditate all the time. Just daily meditation practice of 5 to 10 minutes can do wonders. You can do guided meditation if you want. You can head over to my website, and there are 4 guided audio meditations you can practice with. You can start there. There are also amazing apps nowadays. You can try that as well, whichever works for you, and that will help you to listen to your inner voice. So, calming the chatter of the mind will help you to listen to your inner voice. You can also do relaxation practices. You will also notice that if you bring in more relaxation practices in your life, you will gain more insights. Practices like Yoga Nidra practice, which is a yogic relaxation practice, is profound. It can give you so much clarity. You can try Yoga Nidra practice. If you go back to previous episodes, I have given a Yoga Nidra practice. You can try that and see if that helps. And also, it is very relaxing for our system. It helps us go from sympathetic mode to parasympathetic mode, and that will help to calm down the system and calm down our mind. And again, that will contribute towards bringing more clarity in your life. Now, another thing you can do is if you have a mentor, like seeking guidance is profound. Sometimes, even doing all these practices, and we still don't have clarity. So, in this case, if you have a mentor, you can connect with them, you can talk with them, and they may help you bring more clarity. Again, remember that no one can actually tell you that this is your life's purpose. But if a third person just sits and listens to you really 100% paying attention towards what you are saying, they can actually see through or help you remove the clutter and see clearly your life's purpose. So your mentor should help you to come to the life's purpose on your own, but they will also guide you, like almost like being the lighthouse, to help you understand that heading towards this particular life's purpose. Now, if you want to have a mentoring session, I offer that. If you have your own coach, you can do that. My coaching style is very intuitive, also completely deeply based into wisdom of yoga and Ayurveda. So if you want clarity, I will help you with that. Again, remember, you will come to the conclusion. It's just that we are removing the clutter from your path. And so you will see that it becomes very clear. Also, I can give you practices for self-reflection and self-discovery, which will help you to reach towards your intuition. Now, once we start tuning into what is our life's passion, what are our values, and getting this clarity in the values, understanding that what are your passions in your life. Also, if you notice that the goals you are setting, the meaningful goals, what they're contributing in your life, and how you feel motivated, what makes you feel motivated, what makes you feel committed, tune into that as well. That is also going to help you to understand your life's purpose. Then also start tuning into feeling of gratitude. You will notice that when you start tuning into gratitude in your life, you will start noticing that what you appreciate in your life. And that will also help you to understand your purpose of your life. This is a really beautiful way to connect with the purpose of your life. Understand what makes you feel satisfied, what makes you feel grateful, what makes you feel appreciative of the things in your life. And it is also really good for our mental and emotional health. So, gratitude is profound to understand our life's purpose. And also, if you into giving back to society in any way, if you are volunteering or if you maybe donating money, identifying why you're choosing these places to volunteer or maybe donate, you can actually get more clarity of your life's purpose. When I do my wellness tribe mastermind club, in that what we do is we take a look at all the aspects of wellness in our life. I call it a wheel. There are 8 sections in that wheel, or we can call it a pie chart. And then each section we look into what's happening in the life. We start noticing that, okay, that, the wheel is maybe clunky, maybe has a flat tire, what's happening. And then we work on that. So that also gives us clarity. So something like that, feel free to inquire about the Wellness Tribe. It is amazing program which is changing a life for people. And if you want to join me, you can head over to my website and you can book a 15 minutes free session to understand what it is and also understand that if it is for you or not. And I will also tune into that, are you a right fit for the Wellness Tribe? So we'll both try and understand that, if this is right for you. Now, the Wellness Tribe is about having this clarity which will help you to move towards your optimal health. And in Wisdom of Yoga, when we are living our life with optimal health, it is also includes living life with purpose, because dharma is really big part of Wisdom of Yoga. In fact, that's where we are moving towards. So this Wellness Tribe, the concept came into my mind after a lot of exploration. I have been doing yoga teacher training for many years. I have been teaching all aspects of yoga, Ayurveda certifications, yoga certifications, you name it, and I have done it, like corporate yoga. But the thing is, a lot of people are feeling that they when they are in teacher trainings, they really enjoy it, and their life, like, they will start bringing in really positive habits. Everything is happening. They're feeling healthy, really motivated. And once the yoga teacher training is finished or the Ayurveda course is finished, what happens that the motivation fizzles out. The habits slowly start falling off. So what happens that we kind of like life takes over. And so I was playing with this concept of how can I help? How can I make these habits stay in our life? So Wellness Tribe was born out of that. Wellness Tribe is where we will be dedicating for 12 months, and each month we'll be meeting a couple of times, and we're taking one habit at a time. There is also a lot of resources on yoga, Ayurveda, meditation will be available. Also, it is a mastermind program. That means there is a lot of resources on that as well. Lot of clarity, and all this is helping you to take all wisdom of yoga and Ayurveda into your day-to-day life. People with autoimmune issues or inflammation related issues, any physical condition, fatigue, people who want to feel more energy, people who are looking for their life's purpose, people who are really curious about wisdom of yoga and Ayurveda and try to understand it more, people who want to teach these wisdoms to their children, all all these people are welcome. So, whichever your purpose is, just connect with us and then let's find that clarity that if tribe is for you or not. Let's come back to the purpose of our life. So, make sure that identifying your values. So, I'm coming back to that again. So, another way to do that is, as I said, like calming down the mind. You can also do that writing your values and start noticing that what is when you start writing down that what is important to you, start noticing that some sentences may repeat in different ways, but the meaning of that is same, and you start noticing that okay, these are my values. Maybe it is in relation to trust, it is in relation to creativity, family, health, personal growth. What is important to you? And so start tuning into that, and you can identify your values. Once you understand that, setting small goals to make sure that they are aligned with your values. For example, if your value is creativity, setting goal to find maybe doing something creative every week or every month. Also, maybe learning new skill to reach towards that. So, for example, if you like painting, maybe you can join a class, or maybe you can just start and see what happens. How can you pursue your creative project? Finding out that, what can I do to reach that? Again, I will come back to the meditation, or sometimes also known as mindfulness. Mindfulness or meditation can be really powerful. So, meditation is where you are sitting in stillness and observing. And when we become observer, we start noticing that there are certain thoughts which come up more often. Sometimes mind goes into the emotions, which I call like color of emotions to our thoughts. Just become observer without any judgment, and that helps us to understand that where our more energy of our thoughts is, we are spending more energy there. You start noticing that some of these thoughts are not necessary and you start letting them go. And so that way you are creating space in your mind for you to understand your values, your purpose, your where you really your system wants to move towards. Another way to do the mindfulness is any activity you do, just do it very slowly and mindfully. Notice what you're doing. For example, if you're washing dishes, it's a very mundane job. But instead of, distracting yourself by watching something when you're doing that, or playing music or something like that, what if you really pay attention towards what you're doing? How the water is falling on your hands, and notice the soap, the bubbles of the soap. Notice how the vessel is clean, how it looks before and after. And when you notice how you feel when you place it on the clean mat, noticing all these things, really become observer. You can another mindful exercise is when you are walking. Walking meditation is very, very beautiful. What you do in walking meditation is you actually slow down as slow as you can, and you really become aware of your feet, how they're moving, how they are connecting with the ground. It is such a slow process. Now, initially, you will notice that sometimes people have told me that there are a lot of thoughts come up, and things like that. But over the period of time, the mind starts slowing down. So basically, you are walking just a few meters by really slowing down. So it may take you half an hour or so. and it's okay, and that help us understand that, it reduces the clutter of thoughts in our mind. Sometimes our thoughts are so jumbled up, and we need to let go of unnecessary thoughts. So mindfulness and meditation will really help. And again, coming back to gratitude, I mean, gratitude has so many benefits. I can talk about it forever. And so, gratitude is something which we should practice daily. I like to practice gratitude in the evening before I go to sleep. And the reason for that is it makes me realize that how much I have achieved today, how much I have done today, and being thankful for that. Because, what happens that we sometimes take ourselves for granted. And when we start noticing that we are doing things, and maybe that pat on back sometimes, it is really important to be grateful for having this human experience. And also, people in our life, having material things in your life, that is also quite important, because having over your head, having food in your belly, is these are amazing things as well. Sometimes we take it for granted, especially in Western world, we take it for granted, but we also know that on this earth there are so many people who don't have these basic needs. So being grateful for those things. And what else can you be grateful? Maybe your skills, your passions, being grateful for that. And experience this human experience, a relationship in your life, that is also something to be very grateful about. Your loved ones. So many things we can be grateful about, and giving back, because purpose of our life, our dharma, is all about, it's always about more than our selfish purpose. So if we start tuning into how we give back to the society or to the people around us, you will start noticing that you can easily tune into your dharma. So tune into like where you're volunteering, where you're donating, or just be simply kind with others. Like where are you doing this naturally? And you will start noticing that maybe that's where your life's purpose, a little bit more clarity about that. Now, I hope that this today's podcast made it little bit clear about how to find your life's purpose. And when we live our life with purpose or dharma, the life become art itself, because you have this, you're thriving, you have this drive to get up in the morning. You're looking forward to share your understanding, your wisdom. You know that you're making a difference in people's life. And so this will make you shine from inside. It is really, it will make your heart sing. And you will feel that, every day is a blessing, every moment is a blessing. Living life with purpose is a beautiful, beautiful way to live life. As I said, that it is a little bit challenging to find life's purpose, but we also know that it can be done. So trust in yourself, find a way. If you need, you can find a mentor and you can work with that, or join wellness tribe kind of things, where you have like-minded people. And then that will give you a lot of aha moments, those moments where you start noticing, or everything starts clicking, and you start noticing, oh, this is what I meant to do. So hopefully, this podcast has helped you to understand or motivated you to move towards finding your life's purpose. Or maybe it is already clear to you, and that is wonderful. So congratulations if you already know this. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate you. I'll put the links for the tribe in show notes, and also Feel free to visit my website and book a mentoring session if you want. Thank you. Bye for now. Take care.
Thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate that you're taking this time out of your day. Don't forget to subscribe. Take care. Bye for now.